Ah, there we are. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, Bassman and Basswoman? Now, this morning I'm getting onto the V-dub again, obviously. Doing a wee bit of assembly. Did I say Happy New Year? I lose track of these things. If I haven't said it already, Happy New Year. Um, yeah. Now, there we go. Um, Now, not gonna be on for as long as normal. Well, what you define as normal. Um, but ultimately, I will be. Ahoy,
Oh,
hoy.
how you doing?
Um,
Oh, hello, John.
yeah, good.
Hello,
I'll
Taylor.
be needing to leg it after a bit over an hour. Because I'm getting probed and manipulated today.
In all the
As
right
you,
spots, I'm assuming.
pardon?
In all the right spots, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah. Back when I had arthritis. Oh, nice. Um, by the way, we all know the drill. Coffee.
Happy.
Um, when I got home from being from massage therapy, my housemate at the time would say it would be like I'd had oil put on all my different joints.
Like the Tin Man, huh? Been old up.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you said you had arthritis.
Well, they've got a new hip now, so certainly on that body part, I no longer have arthritis.
All right.
Um,
Yeah, I got it in my back.
yeah, well, it's a thing that's kind of unavoidable. In the natural environment,
Aggravating a little bit.
um,
It is.
nature would have taken its course and we'd have been eaten. Um,
You ain't wrong about that.
we are not in the natural environment anymore. We've done a fine job of removing ourselves from that. The end result of which is that we live far longer, and now that's why we get to deal with such things as dementia and arthritis. And we're living longer than we're supposed to. Um,
I know, right?
Now, as I said, I mean, imagine an animal with dementia on the savannah.
Ah.
How long do you think that poor animal's going to last? Answer: not very.
I don't know. He might make a whole load of new friends.
Well, it depends on how many other ones do. Um, but yes, you'd certainly make some good friends for a little while, um, just long enough for them to get close enough to sink their teeth into his neck.
Sometimes I think the animal kingdom gets along better than society does.
It certainly does know. Look, the animal kingdom is ultimately utterly ruthless. There is no mercy there.
The
But
circle of
for
life.
all that, at least you know what the fuck's going on.
And in some countries, the circle of life goes on with people.
It's now I'm looking for a specific. I'm just looking for my oily steel. Um, I've got my natural steel out. Where's my oily steel? Oily steel, oily steel. Should be out. I'm surprised it's not, but I don't see it anywhere. Let's see now. Can't believe I'm moving my boxes around with my feet. Deary me.
What are you thinking, sir?
Let's have a look here. Now, what's this? Neutral grey. No, these are not. That's not the colours I'm looking for. Really, people?
What did you
I might
lose, sir?
natural steel. It's not that big a difference.
They have the remote.
They don't have it. Yeah,
Now, one last scan. Otherwise, I'm just going to go straight for the natural steel. And yeah, okay, we're doing natural steel. Be damned. Be damned.
I've got some oily steel. You may stick it to the camera and let you borrow it.
Do what?
I got some oily steel. You may stick it to the camera and let you borrow it.
Oh, there you go. That'd be handy.
Yeah, reach over and grab it.
How you doing? Happy New Year. Oh, hey, Stephen. Happy New Year. Yeah, I wonder if I'll put it. Probably somewhere very dumb, as you do.
Is it a new year? Man, I got the same bills.
Well, for me, it's not, but for you guys, it is. Excuse me
The
a
same
moment.
income. The only thing in you is a little bit more bald on my head and a little more gray hair.
Yeah, it's ultimately it's all much of a muchness, really, isn't it?
And my balls dropped 1/8 of an inch.
Deary me. Now,
Right, dearie me.
deary me, governor. Deary me.
Don't talk like it don't happen to all of you.
Now, first, actually, this is not what I wanted to do first. What I wanted to do first, give me a moment. I got distracted by my urge to do painting. I always get tied up on that because it's just the way I enjoy painting so much. Now, step one. Let's get that accomplished, shall we? I think so. All right. Step one of assembly. Pretty straightforward so far as I can tell.
I'm gonna do. I think that'll look all right.
Oh yeah, nice one.
Well, I'm gonna do ship round interior.
Oh hey Jeff, how you doing?
Hello, Jeff.
Go there. There we go. Now, there's some bits on here I haven't painted, but I reckon I'm going to do them once I've got the block together. Because I have a bit of a better focus on what's where. If you follow me.
Are assembling the engine, I presume.
Yep.
Everybody get prepared for it.
Warning, warning. Danger, Will Robinson. Flailing arms of... So that will just go like that one, but it's not quite like that. We need to be able to get the... Oh, there we go. So just like that. Fair enough.
And here are my wheels. I painted the white letters on there.
Oh, yeah, nice one.
Oh, man, you talking about some tedious work. Good Lord.
Oh, undoubtedly. But it looks great.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, they're,
right,
they're legible and everything.
Glue, 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 glorious glue.
Except for the back one, like a drunk monkey got hold of that one.
The drunk monkey.
That should be a, oh, never mind.
Hey, Dave. How you doing? Go. Yeah. Come on. You know you want to. Come on now. Really? Am I going to have to do the lighter thing? I hope not.
So is it bad when you go to your local grocery store and get food off your hot bar that is better than a named restaurant?
It says something about the named restaurant.
Well, let's go with Zaxby's and Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna call them out.
I mean, look, sometimes with name restaurants, what you're paying for is the name. These are facts. It's like anything. Sometimes there's a whole lot of, how shall I put this? There's no real delicate way of putting it. A whole stack of wank that goes with being such and such, you know? And sometimes it's not really that much better. These are facts, you know?
Well, I'll tell you what. One thing is for sure: the biscuits at Bojangles and the biscuits at Hardee's, they have mastered those. I mean, they're as good as my grandma's.
Yeah, right.
And you take your molasses. You have molasses there in Australia? I'm sure you do.
We do. It's not a sort of like regular staple of I believe molasses gets far more commonly used in the US than it would over here.
Good old grandma's molasses.
But I have used molasses, and in certain circumstances, it's a thing of what's the word I'm looking for? Only for certain recipes. I've used it for making biscuits and slices and stuff. It's a bit like, here we go. Maple syrup is not something we would commonly use.
Yeah, we use that on pancakes.
Yeah, we do, but it's more something that you do specifically for, if you see what I'm saying. You wouldn't have it on stock, or if you were making pancakes over here, is something that's not so common.
Okay.
What
about jelly on pancakes? You ever tried jelly, like grape jelly on pancakes?
Now here's an interesting one for you. What you call jelly, we call jam.
Oh yeah, well we have jelly and jam here.
Okay, well, to my understanding, not use of that wonderful little phrase, the closest, because okay, when I heard the concept of peanut butter and jelly,
yep, comes in a jar all right together.
I've just gone, you can't be serious, man. Now, the reason for that,
good shit, man.
Well, the reason I was in disbelief at the mere notion of such behavior is that to me, when you say jelly, what I'm thinking of is a different thing altogether. What I'm thinking of is
like
stuff
jelly
that you put in as a dessert on a summer day sort of a thing. Often you put into molds and stuff. And I just couldn't quite get my noggin around the whole idea. And then somebody I knew said, no, what you got to think of it is more being like jam. When they said that, it made a little bit more sense to me. So this is a bit of a cunty little maneuver here, I think. Oh no, wait, I think I've got it.
Yeah, jelly jam.
Where's it gone? Oh, not this hoary old chestnut again. Oh, Robin, what the fuck? Never a good outcome. Where's it gone? Now that's annoying. Particularly as this means I may have to get down on my hands and knees, as the choir boy said to the bishop. Let's see now. Hang on. Give me a moment. If I'm lucky. Ha 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 ha!
What's up there? Score.
What it was, the reason I'm laughing was because, okay, it had bounced to an inconvenient distance out the back of my desk, but it actually landed on a piece of paper that got blown off from a fan. And so I was able to reach out with my foot and get it
Alternator.
with my toe and drag it in. And it worked really well for me, it did. Now let's see what's going on here. Why aren't you cooperating?
You got hardwood floors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got carpet in here while I'm working at. And the funniest thing, when I drop pieces, you think they hit the carpet and kind of just
man.
kind of laying right here. Them some bitches go across the room, dude.
Oh, mate. Okay, so that only comes up with about half of them actually being above the line by the looks. Okay. No, you fucking don't. Okay, yep, that all makes sense. Okay, let's do this. Hey, Columba.
Y'all hear me scream, it's because I just run a drill bit through my finger.
Most people would find that inconvenient.
I'm wiring up my Bronco engine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting a wire on the alternator now.
Now we will go.
It was so pretty outside today. I went ahead and painted up all my interior and undercarriage pieces. Go ahead and put
Nice one.
that knocked out.
Actually, something I got to do is going to be pretty sunny for the next few days, and then it's going to get downright brutal. And I am indeed going to need to make hay while the sun shines, from the viewpoint of I'm going to, in the next few days, set up some protective meshing for my plants.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've got a day of, I'll have to do some rough approximations here on the temperatures. We've got so that'd be about 97, followed by 105, followed by 103.
Man, that'll make for a sweaty.
There may be more coming after that. So it's getting a wee bit gnarly on the temperature front. Hopefully it's only those 3 days. Hopefully. But I want to protect my produce and plants, obviously.
It's about 57, 62 here today. Yeah, nice, pleasant day. Be outside, done a little yard work, shot a little basketball.
Oh, yeah,
Harassed
nice
neighbors.
Yeah, I think I told you I trussed up my tomatoes.
Yes.
And I just can't get over how many of the fuckers there are, straight out. Like,
yeah, that's one thing that they're like is rabbits.
Oh, mate.
Yes, sir.
No, I think these suckers put rabbits in the shade. They just, yeah. Everywhere I seem to look, there's a bloody tomato. Then you lift up and there's more tomatoes. For fuck's sake. Had no idea I'd be producing
salad tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, or like regular sized tomatoes.
I got Roma tomatoes.
Yeah.
The reason I planted Romas.
Romas are sweeter.
Well, the reason I planted them is because I do quite a lot of Italian cookery. So Romas are a pretty sound option to have on hand.
My battery, I don't put the wires in it.
And you can also make them into, what I wouldn't mind making is some proper passata, which is like a tomato paste sort of a deal. But to do that, you've got to get all the seeds out. And that's a bit of a trick.
Wow.
I mean, it's a bit like doing a soup, I guess. I mean, all you really do is, I remember my mum saying, because my mum was like, she didn't have her papers, but she had studied up to the level of being a chef.
Okay, cool.
And as such, I got to say, the woman knew a shitload about cookery. Unsurprising, I'm sure you'll agree. And now something I'm going to do while they're drying. A few things I'm going to do while they're drying. Excuse me, I'm about to cough again. There we go. Yeah,
Hey, yeah. Ooh, boy, that was close.
But yes, what were we discussing with the cookery element?
Your mother.
Yeah, but what was it? There was something about her cookery.
You talking about tomatoes?
That's it. I was going to make a soup, and I said I wanted to make it because I was going through a phase of making soups. And I wanted to make a tomato soup, and she said, for all the hassle of removing the seeds,
removing the seeds,
a tin. And unperturbed, I went ahead and made my tomato soup, and I actually discovered removing the seeds wasn't that hard. Because what I would do was I'd cut them into quarters, just get and you need gloves for this really, just get your hand in between the seeds and the flesh and just rip it out.
Huh.
And it works real easy.
All the times I've had tomato soup, it's never had seeds in it.
Well, that's, yeah, because you got to remove the seeds first. Otherwise, it's kind of gritty in a way that it just shouldn't be.
I've never had homemade tomato soup. It's always been store bought Campbell's.
Okay. Good. I've done homemade, as you just heard me say, and I was pretty pleased with it. Better than tinned, yeah. More fiddly, yeah. Worth it. From the viewpoint of come out. Oh, it's not going. Fuck it. You're going to the bin then. Off you go. See you later. Let's see if we can get another one of these going. Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm guessing you guys get Heinz.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I gotta say, yes, my tomato soup was delicious. I was well happy with it. But I also really, really like Heinz tomato soup. And as such, there's nothing wrong with doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. The only kind I've ever tried is Campbell's. I
mean, there are some soups that you can certainly ace tins over. Chicken soup. Your tin soup variants are not necessarily bad, but come on now.
That's what Mom make us when we were younger: grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup.
Oh yeah, there's a bit of tasty.
I'll put a smile on anybody's face.
There's a thing from Family Guy where Peter starts hanging with this dude who's like a real adventurer. And he's encouraging him to go, I'm not quite sure what the correct term is, but basically where they got that body sail and and he takes him up to this mountain and says, now we're going to do what's called threading the needle. There's like this small gap between these two mountains that you got to fly through is the idea. And as this guy goes first, he totally fucks it up and splats into a mountain. And Peters goes, and I just know I'm going to have to be the one to identify him at the morgue. And then it cuts to the morgue. And as he looks at him, he says, yeah, that's him, all right. He looks kind of like a bowl of tomato soup. And the guy at the morgue says to him, oh, that's nothing. This guy next to him has been electrocuted. He looks like a toasted cheese sandwich.
Damn.
And the ensuing remark is, oh, these two poor souls are the best combination for a cold winter's afternoon. Now, once I've done these, I need somebody to give me a letter.
All right, someone else gets to choose. We chose yesterday.
Okay, David, give us a letter, mate.
Is David here?
Oh, David will be around, I think. Jeff, give us a letter if you're around.
I didn't see David in the chat right before the stream started.
Oh, here we go. David is here.
Hello, David.
He's given us a letter. Once I finish these little parts here, I will find a word. I missed a couple of little spots here that probably don't matter. We all know the drill. Now, yeah, so today I'm going to the garden centre and seeing if I can, I'm sure they'll have something that will facilitate my protecting my plants. Because otherwise I'm going to have all my nice plants destroyed by those brutal days of whatever the temperature is going to be, you know?
Yep.
I don't want that. No, I don't.
So something kind of weird a while ago. You ever seen a whirlwind of gnats or bugs in the sky?
I've seen a whirlwind.
You've never seen it looks like a little whirlwind and there's little gnats. I happened to look out the living room window a while ago there by our walkway. And it was like a cluster of gnats just swarming around in a circle.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Kind of weird.
We
see that a lot around here, though.
I remember when I was a kid.
Oh, you little bitch. Where'd you go?
One summer in particular, we had a few locust swarms go through. The basic drill was, if you knew one was, because you'd see them coming, and basic drill, you'd see them coming, you'd head for cover, you let them pass, out you come. And I remember being at the local pool when a locust swarm came through. And, having to do the here it is, duck underwater, head up, no, not yet. The pool was a pretty safe locale, because of course if they landed in it, they drowned. So they tended to try and avoid it.
We do that when wasps get after us. You're in the pool.
But it was pretty yucky on the whole.
Man, our weather's so jacked up around here. You know, we've had a couple of below freezing nights, and normally that gets rid of the wasps and the bees and what
Yeah,
have you.
yeah.
I was out there at the
Would
barn
be.
yesterday, and a big old fat wasp landed on my damn shirt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I actually peed a little.
Wasps are a bit scary.
Oh man, them motherfuckers pop you, Bo. You've had a bad day.
I saw
I
footage
still
of
look like
this
Papa.
guy. I got no idea what he thought he was doing.
Yeah, I'm allergic to them. Yeah, wasp stings me. Yeah, I whelp up.
And he's in a boat, and for reasons best known to himself, this guy is actually smacking a what is pretty clearly a wasp's nest. And you
Damn.
think,
A
why would
deadbeat.
you? What, you think you're going to get rid of them that way? I've got bad news for you.
Ain't gonna work, buddy. You
No,
gonna
it's only going to end badly for you.
you piss a wasp off, them motherfuckers will chase you until they get to you and sting your ass.
Oh,
Wasp
really?
don't-
Are
Yeah,
they that aggressive?
yeah. Wasps don't play. You piss off a wasp, you swing at their nest. Yes, sir. They will come after your
I
ass.
know. I know the hive defense will come into operation if you smack the nest around, and at that point you're in for a bad day at the office. I
We used to
didn't know
take
they
tennis.
let you go and basically after you once they've been suitably enraged. Wow.
We have a lot of bees out there at the barn. The wood baron bees,
Yep.
and we'd get out there during the summertime with tennis rackets.
Wow.
Yeah,
Here's an
They
amusing
just,
little.
I mean, it
Uh,
was. I mean, we had to get rid of them. I didn't, do any kind of research on how to get rid of
the here's
these. Like,
an amusing little piece of Australian trivia and a way of that some people deal with. There's a thing called the cane toad. And I can't remember how they came to be in Australia, but they are an enormous threat to the native species up north. And at the end of the day, the up north is considered perfectly fair call just to kill them on site, just because they're that big a pest.
hmm.
Um, and I've seen, because I saw a doco about it on one of the current affairs shows. Not a doco, but you get the idea.
Yeah, documentary.
Because they were talking about how big a problem it actually is.
Yeah.
This is years ago. And they showed a camera looking down, sort of like what would be a outback highway, with these things on it. And as this four-wheel drive is driving down the road, you can see it's diverting to hit some of these things, and there's a banging noise. What it is a guy diverting to drive over cane toads. That's how many were on the road.
Really?
But
Wow.
basically, yeah, it was considered, well, if you're on the way, this is what you do. And they were literally making explosions. They're quite large. And now they're also talking about how some of or in the, I suppose, article, if it's a piece of journalism, whatever, they're also talking about how some of the locals address the issue of cane toads. And apparently, it's considered quite the dumb thing to play cane toad golf,
Oh wow.
where one gets a driver and goes out and lines up one's cane toad and sees just how far one can hit. It's a thing they do up there, cane toad golf. Another dearie me, but they do it, cane toad cricket, where the bowler dons a glove, obviously, because they've got a whole stack of quite toxic chemicals on their skin alone.
Right.
And as you can gather, bowls said cane toad, usually on a full toss, just to make it a bit easier, to someone who is batting. Whereupon they see if they can get the cane toad to the boundary. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't they like explode? Get juice everywhere?
Well, they didn't. They showed cane toad golf, and the guy was far enough away that it didn't really affect him. But yeah, there was a bit of mucky muck on the. I dare say if it wasn't probably the driver, he would have taken round the links, if you follow me.
Absolutely. Yeah, sometimes the bumblebees would get stuck in between the runners of the racket.
Yeah, but yeah, I would suggest that yes, there might be a bit of mucky muck if you're going to go for the casual straight drive with a cricket bat on what is still in essence an amphibious creature. But yeah, that's pretty much. And I would also go so far as to say I don't think it's the general population up there that do it. But certainly some people go, be damned, let's have some fun with this. We just want to get rid of the fuckers. And they're ugly critters too.
I can see that. It's like cicadas around here.
Okay.
Yeah, them are some ugly alien looking motherfuckers. Our son used to be scared to death of them.
That's hilarious.
And I have grabbed one before, and because I got big old wings, and you hear them in the summertime in the evening.
Yeah.
And got big old alien eyeballs, and they're green and yellow and black, and they're about some of them about the size of your thumb. They're that damn big.
Yeah, we get them.
And
we also get the praying mantis.
Oh yeah, praying mantises are cool now.
Yeah, they are.
They're a badass.
There's a Family Guy thing where they talk about the non-praying mantis, and it's got these praying mantises having dinner, and they're all saying grace.
Maybe Bassman and Snicker.
And then you amongst the cartoon is focused on sort of the person at the head of the table, and as he's thanking the Lord for these gifts, you hear this. And it cuts down to this one praying mantis that's just already munging into a roll. And he looks awkwardly, he goes, sorry.
Oh shit, what did I go? There it is.
There we go. Just while I'll tidy this up as well. Because this will look a bit nicer for a bit of attention here. Then I'm going to see what else I can put together. Because I reckon I could probably get a start on putting the back together. So this I shall do. Yes, I shall.
You get like the big writing spiders, the big yellow and black ones.
Now
that's what they're labeled as.
Here's the thing for you.
They're labeled as writing.
I remember where recently that we actually get tarantulas.
Well, you can have all them. Keep all them.
Tarantulas apparently are not so big a deal. They're non-toxic. Well, not
Yeah.
non-toxic, not particularly venomous.
Yep.
They're
Nope.
just big and scary looking.
Yeah, that's it.
The ones, and we do have a whole, I mean, let's face it, Australia's reputation. Spiders, snakes, sharks, crocodiles, it's all going to kill you. And although the truth is you don't encounter them that often. You really don't. Probably the scariest spider we have is a thing called a funnel web.
Funnel web.
Funnel web. And they live in like a little. They're similar. They're related to the trapdoor because they live in a similar sort of a setup where they can come rushing out of nowhere. The thing that's scary about a funnel web, and it's almost worth suggesting. In fact, I would suggest if you want to see a scary spider, Google funnel web. They are fucking aggressive.
I remember that. Funnel web.
Big. Their venom is nasty, and their fangs are strong enough to go through a steel cap boot.
No way.
Yep.
Wow.
They are a nasty, and that's now happily for myself. They're in an area of Australia that I don't live, and yes, they may well keep that one. I'm quite happy to avoid that little sucker. Now, not that I haven't been to where they are, but even then you don't encounter them, you know. It's just you got to be a bit unlucky.
We had the right spider and the brown recluse. Now, if a brown recluse bites you, it rots your skin where they bite you at.
Yeah, that's what the critter we've got that does that is called a white tip.
I got wolf spiders, and these things get 50-cent pieces or bigger.
Yeah,
I just hate a spider in general, man. I
don't mind them, but I do have a rule with spiders.
Holy shit!
What's that? You just seen the funnel web?
Yeah. Look at that creature, man. Holy shit, man.
Yeah, man. That will fuck you
up. I can't stand looking at it on the damn phone.
Yeah. Yeah, they're nasty.
And the worst thing I ever encountered when I was deer hunting, you know, you want to get to your deer stand before daylight, and you're trekking through the woods, and what do you get your ass wrapped up in? Spider web.
Yeah.
And you get your damn deer stand, you're sitting there, and you feel something crawling down your damn neck or up your arm.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, you don't see deer that morning.
Chris and I used to go down to this one spot for fishing early on. We used to, and when it's dark, we wear head torches.
Oh yeah.
And it became such that because at some of the spots, of course, spiders would set up webs, and Chris would usually be the one who'd go first, just because at that stage he was more able-bodied. Because this was back when my hip was completely knackered before I had it replaced, and he'd be going with the rod holders held almost in a lance-like position to clear out any spider webs that were in front of him.
I mean, yeah, we wore headlamps too, but you know, when you're walking through the woods at night, you know, you're kind of more.
Yeah. You don't necessarily see them, mate.
Yeah. You're looking at your feet, and then all of a sudden you're like,
oh, yeah.
And then you run or go fuck, and there goes your deer.
Oh yeah. Oh, I saw this thing once. You'd appreciate this one. It was about I can't remember what the exact topic was, but it was a range of cartoons I actually saw in an old school penthouse years ago, when I was relatively young, I guess. Back in the day or at the age when that's the sort of thing you grab, you know what I'm saying? Purely for the articles, of course. But there was a cartoon of these deer hunters out and about, and there's two on one side of a tree talking, and there's one on the other side taking a crap, and one on the other side of the tree says to the other, "Shh, quiet! I think I just heard a buck snort." Yeah, I thought you'd appreciate that one.
That's pretty good. I got to remember that one. I had to tell my Uncle Patrick that one. He's a big deer hunter.
Okay.
That's good.
I heard another one where these two guys out, a mate, he goes out hunting with his Jewish friend. And I don't know why this one's focused on Jews, but it could be focused on any culture, really. For reasons that you'll soon see. It's not even particularly offensive. It's just how I heard it. Anyway, they're out hunting, and his mate gets caught short. Needs to take a crap. He said, "Well, do we have any toilet paper?" "Well, I didn't think to bring any toilet paper. Just use a dollar note or something." Because he is a charming notion. We'll leave that there. He said, okay. The guy goes off and he's gone for a while. And he comes back and he's completely covered in feces.
Oh my damn!
And the guy's looking at him and he's saying, "What the fuck happened to you?" Response, "That's not the worst of it. I had to use a nickel, a few dimes."
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Wow, that was good shit, man. That's funny.
I have actually heard of people get this. Here's an amusing tale for you. Well, it's amusing because it's not happening to either of us. I used to know a guy whose brother had gone to India back in the 80s when there was not much that was westernized, as you
Okay.
can imagine. And in Asia, as I'm pretty sure you'd be aware, the dunnies there are different to how they are in the West. They're very much squat, there you go, done sort of style.
Right.
And according to the brother in question, it was only in India that you would, or only when you went to the toilet, that you would find the true value of a 5 rupee note. Because what it is the Indians traditionally wipe their butt with the hand and then wash that hand, which is a bit rowdy, but if that's the culture, whatever.
Oh well, you have to eat your own.
Well,
Wow.
that's how it rolls. Anyway, now
Yeah, ma.
here's the amusing part coming up. He said the true value of a 5 rupee note was that it was worth, in Australian terms, absolutely nothing. Like a few cents, tops sort of style.
Wow.
And he said, and with a 5 rupee note, knowing that there was no toilet paper that was going to be in the toilet you were going to, whilst you were taking care of business, you reckon your best move was to fold said 5 rupee note into quarters and to tear out a little bit in the middle.
Oh my damn.
He said, and when the time came, because you were going to have to do as the Indians did and wipe your butt with your hand and then wash it, he said, you could at least then cover your hand with this note, which would absorb the worst of the damage, so to speak.
And your finger gets the rest.
And then, once you were out, you had the bit of paper to clean out your fingernail with.
Yeah.
And
Does the finger do
I
the
can only
job?
view that with a combination of horror and being impressed, because you've got to say, well, it's eminently practical in its approach. I'm not sure it's a drill I'd want to be going through, but
And it got to be a
whatever.
handful of leaves or a tree close by or something.
Oh, none of that's a good outcome, let's face it. I know that when I can state categorically when I was in China, because where we were staying, there were Western toilets. So whenever I did a crap, it was always where we were staying. And to be honest, I actually try to avoid the Chinese public toilets at all, largely because they reeked in a way that you simply can't imagine.
Really?
Yeah, mate. The toilets there, the piss trough is hosed out once a day.
Wow.
And what that means, in practical terms, is that while the early in the day, freshly hosed out and all of that, you can duck in there and take care of business so long as you don't mind all the guys who are. And that's another thing, terminal lack of privacy. Whilst you're at the piss trough, there'll be a line of guys over holes taking craps.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a whole new world, man. And
that is a wow.
So aside from the aroma factor, by the end of the day, with the one hose out routine, just the stench was pretty savage. And to give you an idea as to how savage, I used to have to walk past a public toilet block to go to training. And trainings were held 3 times a day. And for the morning session, I could walk past the toilets with a fair degree of confidence. For the afternoon session, I would take a big lungful of air and walk briskly past the toilets because they were starting to get a bit ripe. By the evening session, big lungful of air as quickly as you can for as far as you can to get away from those toilets because they're foul.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a thing, man.
And I thought Walmart bathrooms were dirty.
Oh, dude. You don't know horror stories that used to a Chinese public toilet. These are facts.
Okay. I don't want to offend nobody with this, but I'm going to tell this. Women's restrooms are the worst, the dirtiest.
Actually, I found it the other way around over here.
Really? No, over here? Yeah.
In fact, I'll tell you a funny story about that in due course.
Because I've had to go into women's restrooms before when I had to go really bad and stop by a gas station.
Yeah.
And you step into the women's, man, and they're damn just dirty, nasty shit smeared on the walls. And
okay. In my experience, women's toilets are the better ones. And I know the reason I say that is because when I was working in nightclubs, if you go to the men's toilet, okay, the piss trough's a safe bet, but if you need to drop your strides,
Piss troughs.
You can't do it in the men's toilet because there's piss on the floor everywhere.
Yeah, they got piss troughs. You talking about a piss trough, like a long thing that everybody just walk up to willy nilly and
Yeah,
piss.
yeah.
So you don't have
Yeah.
individual urinals.
Okay. That's that. Well, we have a piss trough. And
Wow.
it can be quite comical because some people get a bit self-conscious. Anyway, yeah, you can't drop your strides in the cubicle.
Well,
Some blokes who have been impatient to get to the piss trough, gone in there, taken a piss and missed. And I'm not wiping off somebody else's urine.
man, I'll tell you what, whether I pull it out and I piss on my nuts or I can pull it out and it hits the floor, I don't want to stand next to somebody in a trough pissing. I'm sorry.
Well, fair enough, but that's how it rolls. Anyway,
All right.
that's all good. Now, point being, so I learned to go to the women's dunny because women have to drop their pants just to go to the dunny. The cubicles there are always a safe bet. And I also discovered that generally they were a much more pleasant toilet in general. Women seem to have it much more going on. There was one notable exception to that as a venue, and that was a gay bar I worked at. The men's toilets were pristine. You could almost have eaten off of the floors. The women's was feral. Now, the reason for that, I put, as far as the women's being feral, is a lot of guys actually did go in there because some of the straight guys who would go to Mars felt orkies about going into the men's dunny because of gay guys. Don't ask me how that operates. You're in a gay fucking bar.
Yeah.
In fact, because you have to keep an eye on that and turf them if they went in there because, well, guys, you know. And one guy's actually, I've gone up to one dude, I've actually said to him, mate, you're a bloke. Get the fuck out of here. And he said, well, I don't want to go to the men's toilet. I'm there, what? Why not? And he said, I'm concerned somebody will hit on me. And I've looked at him and I've said, mate, on the other side of this door is a room full of gay guys. You don't think, do you, that you're more likely to get hit on out there, do you now?
Wow. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Fucking get the fuck out of here.
Have it, man.
But yeah, anyway, and that's what I put it down to. But I was amazed at just how clean the men's toilets were. And I one night after work, I did indeed pass a remark. You know, guys, it's amazing. Every other venue, chicks don't think these are clean. Men's are feral. Here it's the reverse. What the fuck? You know what goes on with that? Response, well, we don't want to get our knees dirty. And I've just gone, I did ask.
Nicely done.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was just like, again, I did ask. I got the answer.
Well, I mean, damn.
But yeah, I remember once going into the chick's dunny to turf this guy. He's in jeans, t-shirt, and he's got a mow. And I've sidled up to him. I said, mate, you've got tackle. Get the fuck out. And he's looked at me and said, what, do you think I'm less than feminine? And the general rule was if it was a drag queen, you wouldn't argue the point because you just don't. Save yourself that angst. But if the guy was just a guy dressed like a guy, come on now. You know?
Well, I got a confession to make. They got
What's
this
that?
program over. I got a confession, mate. They got this program over here called RuPaul's Drag Race, and it's where men dress like women. Some of them
Yeah,
have
yeah.
what have you. And the first time years ago when that show first come on TV, we were watching it or flipping through the channel. Anyhow, we stopped on it, and I was like, man, these women got really nice asses. I said, man,
Beautiful.
last one looked at her and she said, they're men,
Here's
right?
the bad news.
I said, what?
Yeah, mate.
He said, they're men, right?
Here's a bit of a you beauty for you. And I'm probably looking at the time, I'll tell this tale, and then I'll have to wind the stream up. It goes like this. Before I started bouncing down, of course, I had to go down and meet the boss and yada, yada, yada. And I've gone down there, and while I'm there, and I'm waiting for a mate who's having a chat to somebody else, and getting eyed off by this hot chick on the dance floor. And she's grooving, and she's pumping, and she is checking me out hard. And I'm going, oh, really? Really? So overt was this woman that the person, one of the guys, I was there because I came down with a couple of guys. He's said, "Are you noticing this chick?" I'm there, yes. He said, "Are you going to?" I'm there, yes. Let me just knock my drink off, and I will go and make the play. And fortunately, at that point in time, the dude who we were waiting for came over and said, who are we talking about, lads? And I've pointed out the woman in question and said, how you doing, mate? Sort of gesture. Over there. He said, yeah, I think that's something you might want to know, mate. Yeah, what's that? It's a bloke. I'll go, no, it's a bloke. And once I'd started working there for a while, I came to know or discover that it was one of the better known trannies who went by the name of Cian. And I'm indeed very grateful that I got warned off because of the following tale, which goes like this. And I got this next story from a guy named Damien who shared house with Cian. And apparently after the bar we worked at was called the Mars Bar. And they've gone out after work and to party in some of the last places. We were one of the last places that were open, but they've gone out after to this place called Rio. And Cian is picked up, and the guy was known it's a tranny that he's dealing with. And he's all good with that. And off they go. Damien keeps partying, as you might. And anyway, Damien reckoned when he'd had enough of a good time, he went home, had a cup of tea, and decided it was time to hit the hay. Was just dozing off, and he became aware of this body being launched into his door.
What the hell?
Cian's rather more masculine voice coming out with the following phrase. And brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen. The following phrase includes sexual sex themes and adult concepts. Because he heard Cian's rather more masculine voice coming out with, "What do you mean you're not going to suck my cock?" And long and the short of it was that boy meets Cian. Cian blows boy. Boy does Cian.
Damn.
Sian wanted her share of the oral pleasures and was not going to take no for an answer. And the story I always tell people, or when I tell this tale, I always share with people what I view as my personal take on this, which is, Sian, dear, yes, women do get gone down on. They don't get their dick sucked, right? Just be clear on that. As for the guy, mate, you have just fucked another man. Do not kid yourself. You might as well as go the whole hog. And besides, this poor man is not to. If you're going to receive, hey, fair's fair.
Well, you know, you kind of do when you go down a woman. You kind of are kind of, sucking them off well. 'Cause they do have pink Peters as well.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. It's not quite the same drill now.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, it's like I
Wow.
said, because of that tale, I'm so glad I got warned off.
I thought you were going to say you were sitting at the table with him and run your hand under the table and rump a dick.
Ooh, that's nasty. That's a scary little notion. All right, I reckon that's going to be me done for today.
All right.
Now tomorrow I'm fishing.
Oh, that's right, you are.
So
deal.
I won't be on tomorrow, but on Sunday, I think we can go for a bit of extended play action.
All right, we can do that. I like play.
And we'll get see how much I get done. I'll probably have a bit of a tinker on the V-dub between now and Sunday. See what
you say you were or weren't going to put your decals on stream or not?
I'll be doing them on the stream. Okay. I'll even do them on Sunday or Monday, just because it doesn't really make that many odds as to when I do them. I want to do them before I put the hull onto the car.
So I think I made the decision on. I'm going to get that gangster car that you sent me the link to.
Here's an interesting tale for you on that one. Because first thing I did was go on eBay. Whenever I'm looking for a specific kit, I hit eBay, because quite often I can find them there. And I saw the price tag that I could get it for on eBay. I thought, ooh, because I was looking at a minimum of $80. Some of them were up to 223.
Were they really? Because I thought I saw a price tag on the
Mostly
link
from postage.
Oh, shit.
Postage. Now,
I might not be going.
As a result of that, however, I've gone on to the website of a couple of the bigger hobby shops over here.
Right.
And they listed that very kit as coming soon. How long that time frame is, I don't know.
Okay.
But it was their kits from a similar range are about $60, 60 to, so I'm thinking, well, I can come at that.
Well, I think the Mercedes kit that I'm going to order is like $50.
Yeah, that's not so bad. But when you start looking at 223 and 60, that's postage, that's like, no. Anyway, you want to show us what you did today?
Okay, well.
Hang on, I'll just give you a bit of.
I've got my engine top put on it, the transmission painted, the starter, got the starter wire put on it.
Nice.
And then I took my battery, put my cables on the battery, got cable ends on it.
That's very swish, man.
Yeah, I've learned how to take a wire and finagle it around and make it look like battery cable ends.
Yeah,
and
nice.
Got my alternator. Where is that right there? Got my alternator, got a wire in it, got to snip it off.
Yeah,
but that's what I've done here, and I cut my windows out to put in my truck, because I like putting windows in all my vehicles now.
Yeah.
I'll do one
trademark thing,
way down.
That never occurred to me you could do that.
Yeah, it's like on my Duster.
Yeah. You don't have to have you can have the windows to a certain point so long as you hold the line.
Yeah, as long as you cut it out and make it look like the actual window.
Yeah, just that easy.
I do it on the inside.
That's probably something I'd do on the Starsky Hutch car, for example.
Windows. Very seldom do you get kits with side windows.
Yeah.
So it's just a little more realism to it, you know.
Yeah. Nice one.
Thanks, sir.
Alrighty. Well, that's us done for today. Now, thanks everyone for watching. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
First time viewers, you know the drill. Follow, like, or subscribe.
Subscribe. Like.
Other platforms. I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And follow, like, or subscribe.
Subscribe.
Now, as I said, I will not be on tomorrow, as I will be hopefully, I won't say balls deep in carp. That could be a little bit graphic. What people do with that's the whole Troy McClure thing. What I have is a romantic abnormality. But yes, hopefully I'll be
using your hands, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. It's what's the other line when the gangsters find out? Fat Tony, you told me Troy McClure was dead. No, I said he sleeps with the fishes. Fat Tony, no. Now that I've gone there to my sister, but yeah, I'll be fishing tomorrow, so we're not on, but I'll be back on Sunday.
All right.
Same kit time, same kit channel. And hopefully I'll catch you good people then. See yous.
Happy New Year, everybody.